Hey everyone, welcome to Friday's mobility class. Today we're going to be working on our hip mobility. It's going to be juicy. It's part of a body that can hold a lot of tension, that can feel really tight. So it's a really great place of the body to focus, not only to improve the mobility of your hips, but to feel an overall sense of well-being and ease in your whole body. So today we're going to use a few things. Oh yeah, I forgot to say my name is Tamara, and I'm here with the University of California, Davis and the Livell department. So for our hip mobility work, we'll need a few things. But if you don't have at home the specific items, you can always get creative and modify. So I have a foam roller. Any type of foam roller works. If you don't have a foam roller, you can use a pinwheel. That round wooden thing that you use to knead the dough, you can use that as well. And we will also need my favorite tool, a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball. Any little ball about this size works, and it needs to be firm. So tennis ball is great because it has a little bit of squish to it. The lacrosse ball is more firm and it can be sometimes more intense, but depending on your level of tolerance, you can use either one. And of course we'll need some open floor space. So if you need to put down a towel or a blanket, whatever, on the floor, please do that to feel very, very comfortable. Or a yoga mat, of course. So any comfortable floor surface is fine. So let's get started standing so we can warm up the muscles, and also it's a little bit chilly these days, so it's good to warm up the body before we get into some deeper work and into the myofascial release. So standing, make sure that there's no furniture around that you can bump into. So make sure that you can swing your arms around without hitting anything. Stand with your feet wide, knees slightly bent. And let's just let our arms swing from side to side, looking all the way behind you. And as you swing the arms, make fist with your hands and tap your body in the front on the upper part of your lungs between the shoulder and the chest, and in the back just below the shoulder blade in the kidney area. Swinging to warm up, start moving. And slow it down. Take your head in circles, like you're drawing a circle on a window with your nose. Change direction. Take your shoulders back and down. Now you might think, oh, but we're working on the hips. Why are we warming up the shoulders and the neck? Well, because everything is connected. Warming up the body in general is always a good idea. All right, and now hip circles. Really following as big as a circle as is available to you with your hips. Change direction. And now bring your feet together, spread your toes, bend your knees and bring your hands to the top of your knees and make circles with your knees. Change direction. And I'm counting about 10 rotations. Okay. Now take your right foot back and press the top of the toes into the floor. And now make circles with your ankle, rotating the foot so that the toes go up and under. Basically pressing the toes into the floor and swirling it around. Change direction. And the other side. Top of the toes on the floor. And it's okay to hold on the wall, put a hand on the wall if you need a little bit more help with your balance. And circling the ankle. Change direction. Great. And now creating a wave with your body. So take the feet about hip width apart and take your knees. So think about your body being in one plane from head to feet in the same line of gravity. So think about bringing your body out of that line in a wave. Bring the knees forward, then the hips, then the chest, and then the chin. Let everything move loose. Couple more. And coming back up. All right. How does that feel? Take your feet wide and swinging the arms together and apart and taking your body weight from side to side, from one leg to the other. And coming back to center. So this one will move with the breath. So take the arms up, extend the arms, open the fingers, and as you inhale, we'll reach up And then as you exhale, you'll bring the elbows down and close the hands in a fist. So we'll start slow and we'll speed it up. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale out. Through your mouth. So inhale in through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. And we'll go, it's hard for me to explain it and do it. So let's just get going. Let's do it. All right. Ooh, let it go. Move it around. Turn the toes out, bend the knees, and come low. Now as you inhale, we'll reach the arms up, extend the legs, and as you exhale, bend the knees and bend the elbows. So we'll go slow, and then we'll pick it up. We'll pick up the pace. A little faster. And finish. Bend the knees. Bring the hands to the knees. And let your hips sink down here. Take deep breaths. And slowly come back up. All right. Bring your hand to the wall so that you can keep your balance. And we'll swing one leg back and forth. Make sure that you're not kicking the furniture. No obstacles around you. Try to keep your belly in, stabilizing the core, and focusing the swing only on the hips. And the other side, so that was about 20. So about 20 swings. And it doesn't have to be a very big movement, only as far as is comfortable to you. All right, and that was about 20. And now we'll swing the leg in front and out to the side. So you can also use the wall. Face the wall and take it out to the side and across the front of the body. Count 20. And the other side. And now we'll do, let's come back to the front, and we'll do a little in and out movement, pivoting on our heels. So pivot on the heels, turn the toes out, bend the knees, and then pivot, bringing the knees kind of in, toes pigeon-toed. And bend the knees on each one of the directions. Give yourself enough space. Does feel exhausting after a few reps. Just do your best. I'm counting about 20 of these, but you're welcome to slow it down if you need to. So be mindful of the knees. Whew. All right. All right. Shake it out. One more intense warm up for us. You're gonna love it. You're gonna feel it. I'm just taking a moment to breathe myself. All right. So for this one, we will turn one foot in to internal rotation, and come down to a half kneeling, so but you don't have to touch all the way, and then pivot to the other side. Okay, so we'll go side to side. Just move your feet intelligently so that you're not tweaking your knee. So you want the feet and the knees to point in the same direction. Pivoting on, this time, the ball of the foot to bring the back knee down. And I'm counting about 20 of these. You're gonna feel it. It's easier for me to do the pivoting on the ball of the foot because I'm wearing socks on the carpet, so it slides. Just a few more. Sure you can feel it by now. Come on, last two. And done. Ooh, shake it out. Shake out the legs. And with your fists, go ahead and give your thighs a little tapping on the front of the thighs, on the sides. All right. Okay, so everyone feeling a little warm now? Let's come down to the floor. And we'll get into some deeper hip stretching. All right, so coming on to the floor. Sit with your knees bent, feet on the floor, open the chest, take the shoulders back, and separate the feet wider than the hips so that there's enough space between the feet so that when you bring down your knee towards the center, it's almost or matching the arch of the other foot. So that's how you know how much you need to bend the knees and how far apart the feet need to be. And allow your hip to move as much as it needs to so that both knees can come down to the floor. Point your toes so that you can bring that knee down. All right, next time the knees come to the right, press both shins down, lean onto the right arm, lift the hips, and reach the left arm up and over. Exhale to come down, switch sides, inhale to lift. And keep going side to side. Exhale to change, inhale to lift the hips. Once more to each side. And bringing your feet together, knees apart for a little butterfly action here. Letting the knees flutter. Bring the hands to the floor behind you. Open the chest. Press the feet into each other. And lift the hips. Bring them down and up. Repeat 10 times. Hold the ankles, extend the spine, and exhale, let yourself drop forward and fold in. Without pulling yourself in, just allowing gravity to do the work here. Let your head go. Slowly come up. All right, so bringing your legs into a pinwheel type shape. So let's start with the left leg forward, knee bent 90 degrees, and your foot flexed. So the right leg goes out 90 degrees, knee bent 90 degrees, foot flexed. So it's like a pinwheel shape. Now some of us, depending on your hip flexibility, you'll feel like you're falling onto the left. So if that is the case, you can use a cushion or a blanket folded and into a thick shape. You can bring that under the left hip. And that will give you a little bit more space and help you to not fall over to the left. This is a pretty challenging place for the hips. So it's totally normal if you need a little help. So go ahead and do that if you need it. And try to keep your torso facing towards the left shin. So instead of opening up here, let's start a little bit more towards the front, towards the left shin. And you can bring your hand, one hand to the knee, one hand to the ankle. And take a few deep breaths. And bring your belly in and away from the front thigh. So instead of letting your belly collapse forward, bring a little bit of action to the front of the body and in towards the spine. Take a deep breath, extend the spine. And on your exhale, bend the elbows and bring your chest forward towards your left shin. And inhale, come back up and lengthen. So we'll do this a few times. If your hands need to be out on the floor for better balance, you can also do that. We're counting about 8 or 10 repetitions. Last one. Great. Come up. And now look at the right foot. So the right foot has been on the floor this whole time. So now we'll make an effort to lift the foot off the ground as we lean forward. So hands can be either on the knee and the ankle, or they can be on the floor in front of you. And as you exhale and bring your chest forward towards the floor, lift the right foot off the ground. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lift. And let's go for 8 or 10. Last one. All right. And now you can lean on, with your left hand, you can lean on to the floor behind you. And now we'll lift the right knee up and down. Up and down. And you're going to feel that deep in your hips. Counting about 8 or 10. All right, and our right leg is going to kick forward and kick back. Kick forward, kick back. And just change the hands back and forth to help you with the balance. Going for 10. Last one. Yes. And bring the right leg forward. You can remove the cushion and hold the pinky side of your foot with your left hand, thumb pressing down. Bring the right thumb into the crease of the hip and press it down so you feel both sit bones on the floor. The right knee can be bent a little bit. It's okay if you don't have the full extension of the leg. It's not a problem. And then open up the chest and reach the right arm behind you. Beautiful. Release this leg, take it back behind you again, this time extended for a pigeon pose. So the top of the right foot is pressing down into the floor. And the left shin, if it's possible to have it parallel to the front, that's okay. But if it's really intense for you, it's okay to bend the knee a little bit deeper and bring the heel closer in towards your hips. Another option here is to bring that cushion under the left hip and give you some lift. So adjust according to your degree of mobility for today. Make sure that you don't feel any sharp pinching in the left knee. We don't want to feel that. One way to avoid it is to really flex the left foot, keeping it very active. And that is going to engage the muscles in a way that will protect the joints. Inhale, extend the spine, open the chest. And exhale, fold in. Make a pillow with your forearms and let your head rest down. Big breaths here. Inhale, come up. Ooh. Open up that left leg. Shake it out, shake out both legs. That's a lot, it's intense. Lean onto the hands, press the heels into the floor, lift the hips, and pivot the feet side to side. And bring it down. Let's go to the second side, to the right side. So bringing the right shin parallel to the front. If you need that extra cushion under the right hip, go ahead and do that. And the left leg now goes out to the left, 90 degrees. Knee bent, 90 degrees, feet flexed. All right. Take a moment now to feel this different orientation. Remember to bring the belly in and away from the front thigh. Deep breath. And when you're ready, 10 repetitions, exhaling to bring the chest forward towards the shin. Inhale to extend. For a moment, take a little break, and now we'll take the left foot up as we lean forward. So let's do 10 more reps, this time engaging the muscles that create the inner rotation of the hip to lift this back foot up. And let's go. sit up, and you can lean on the right hand. Now left knee up and down 10 times. Whew. All right, I really feel that deep, deep, deep in the hips. Awesome. Okay, and now kicking the left leg back and forth, extending it back to kick, and reaching it forward. 10 times. Last one. Whew. Now hold the pinky side of the foot, thumb down, left thumb into the crease of the hip to bring the hip down. So both sit bones are on the floor, and then open up the left arm and look back. Now take the leg back for pigeon. Remember to prop yourself up, bringing a cushion under the right hip if you need to. Make sure there's no intense, sharp pinching sensation in the knee. Flex the right foot. Inhale, extend the spine. And exhale, fold in. Make a pillow with your hands and your forearms and let your forehead rest. Slowly come up. Remove the cushion. Open up the legs. Shake them out. And once more, leaning back on your hands, open the chest, shoulders back. Lift the hips and pivot on the heels, side to side. And bring it down, take the legs wide. And you can use a cushion under your belly if you need a little help, a little extra support here. Extend the legs, press the feet out, spread the toes. Inhale, extend the spine. And on your exhale, reach forward. So some of us might not get too far because this is a pretty intense stretch, and it's okay. So just go to where you're at today. Very important that you keep the key actions. What are the key actions? Pushing the feet out, spread the toes, press the heels out, and also allow your hips to tilt forward just a little bit so that you can now reach and extend your arms forward. And it does help to wiggle a little bit side to side to find a little bit of space. And of course, it also helps to take deep breaths and to use the exhale to relax and let go. And slowly come up, bend the knees, woo. Shake it out. Shake out your knees. Awesome. How are we feeling? Okay. Now, bend your right knee, extend the left, and side to side. Taking your time, going slow, feeling. Next time you bring your right hand down, and you can also bring your forearm down, both work. Press the knee down, the shin down, press the left foot down, lift the hip, open up the front of the body, extend the front. And release. Let's change sides. And side to side bending. And bringing the left hand to the floor to lift the hips and open up the front of the body. And bring it down. Shake out the legs. All right. And let's come to a downward dog. Shake it out a little bit, pedal it out. Lift your right leg, open the hip. And exhale, step it forward. Bring the left knee down. And rock a little bit here, side to side, allowing your hips to come closer to the floor. Take your right foot out to the right, turn the toes out so they are pointing in the same direction as your kneecap. Lean onto the left hand, open the right arm. Look back, open the chest, bend the back knee, catch the back foot, and kick the foot into the hand, creating resistance here, creating tension. Spread the toes, kick that foot into the hand, and now bring the heel in towards your glute for a deep stretch. And you'll definitely feel this in the front of the hip flexors and in the quads. And it's interesting to rock a little bit here, side to side, and feel the stretch on different angles, on different sides of the quadriceps, on different muscles. So the quadriceps is called quadriceps because it's form the 4 muscles. So there's 4 parts to it. So as I rotate, I can feel the stretch on different sides of my thigh. Feels really good. All right, release that. Step it back to down dog. Just pedal it out and we'll go to the other side. Take your left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip, and step it forward. Same as we did before, rocking side to side, and taking your left foot more to the left, letting the toes point in the same direction as the knees. All right, and open the left arm, open the chest, look back, bend the right foot, catch it with your hand, open the chest, and kick the foot into the hand, creating resistance. And now bringing the heel in towards the glutes and playing a little bit here, rocking side to side to feel the stretch on different angles of the quadricep, different angles of the thigh. Let go, step it back to down dog, pedal it out. Take the feet wide. Hang here for a moment, feet wide. And hold on to opposite elbows and swing a little bit side to side. Bending one knee and then the other. And slowly roll up to standing. All right, so let's move into some myofascial release. So bring your foam roller or your pinwheel, and we're gonna roll out our quadriceps, our thighs. And of course, because it's directly connected to our hips, so stretching out our thighs is going to improve our hip mobility. So there's many ways to go about it. If you have a particular favorite way to roll out your quads, please feel free to do that. I'll show you how I do it. So I do it in a way that I'm also opening up the other thigh. So I come into a low lunge position where I have one foot forward. So I'm also working on opening up this hip as I roll on the top of my quads. And it's pretty intense. But remember that you're doing it to yourself, so if it's too intense, just lift off a little bit. You get to decide how deep you can go. And then to move over towards the side of the quads, the dreaded IT band, which is incredibly intense to press on. What I do is I take my foot out, so foot and knee in the same direction. And here I can lean with this hand, push on the knee to create resistance. And of course I I have a lot of weight on this arm. Another way to do it is to come down into your forearm, and it'll save your wrist. If you find a particular place that is so intense and juicy, you can spend a little bit more time there. Or even slow down and pause and take deep breaths. Letting all that go. Ooh, it's intense. All right. You can play around with that as much as you want. It's also nice to press a little bit on the hamstrings, and because you might not have a lot of weight going down, what I like to do is put my other foot on top, and then I sandwich my thigh here. Now I feel it in my hamstrings. You can rock a little bit side to side on the belly of the hamstring. That also feels pretty good and intense. All right, let's go to the second leg. And foam rolling is something that you can always do more of, right? You can always spend a little bit more time stretching before and after we work out. Using the foam roller can be part of that routine. For maintenance, so think about it as part of your workout routine, so that you can keep working out for the rest of your life and avoid injuries. Ooh. All right, so now I'm starting to move towards the side of my thigh. So now I can press my hand here on the knee. And find some really intense places here. Pausing where it's really intense and maybe rocking a little bit on the belly of the muscle where it feels particularly intense. And using the breath, long exhales and sighs to send a message to the nervous system that it's okay to let go of that tension. Maybe coming onto the forearm if your wrists are tired. And noticing where you're holding that tension. And can you let go of everything else? For example, your jaw. Can you let go of the tension in your jaw? You don't need to clench your jaw as you're foam rolling. All right. If you want to bring the foam roller to your low back, your hips, this is also a really good one. Taking the knees side to side. But I do want us to move on to the ball. So you can foam roll more later if you like. But I do want to share with you how to use the ball in the whole hip area. So we're targeting all the muscles of the glutes, and especially there's a muscle underneath our glutes called the piriformis. It gets really tight and it can hurt. You can feel shooting pain down the back of your leg when that muscle is tight, and it causes sciatica pain because the sciatic nerve runs right underneath it. So when it's tight, it causes, or it pinches the nerve, and then we feel what we refer to as sciatica pain. So let's massage our butts a little bit. So coming into this bridge pose, where you'll be using your legs to lift your hips off the ground to ease the intensity as needed. Whew. And here I'm rocking side to side. So the ball is going across. I'm working on my right side first. And there's really no rule here. I would say the rule is do what feels good. You'll find different places that are interesting. So allow yourself to explore. Once you've explored side to side on your butt cheek in this bridge pose, now we can start to lower the knee down. So maybe you find an interesting spot and then let the knee come down. And that's going to offer you a different sensation. And don't be afraid to explore deep. Keep finding different spots. All right, and now roll onto your side, and you can be resting here with your head on your arm. And with the other leg, so with this leg, that's the leg that I'm going to use to lift off a little bit and control the pressure. And here I'm rolling side to side. Here we're targeting a muscle called the TFL, the tensor fascia lata, which is the muscle that holds on to the IT band, the dreaded IT band that is so intense. So releasing the TFL can be really good for the full range of your legs, everything that is attached to the IT band. Now something intense but really good here is to lift the legs, so you're lengthening the TFL and then letting it drop. So you can play with that, with the lengthening and releasing. Find different spots, different angles. Explore. Whew. All right, let's go to the other side. Bridge pose, rolling on the butt cheek side to side. There's so much we can do for our hip to improve our hip mobility. I have more classes on hip mobility saved on my YouTube channel. If you look me up, you can find them. Lots of mobility classes and yoga classes there to follow. They're free for now. So go check them out and enjoy. Alright, so once you've explored side to side movement, and now lowering and lifting the knee. Pretty good stuff, huh? And now let's go to the side. TFL time. Now if moving is too aggravating for you and you'd rather just hold, that's also completely valid. Holding and staying still, taking deep breaths can actually get deeper into our nervous system and into a deeper place of relaxation. So yes, holding and staying still, deep breaths is also a good way to go. Remember to lift the bottom leg, to lengthen and release the TFL. Don't be afraid to find different angles. Maybe slightly different position can offer a new experience. Whew. So there you go. Lots to roll on here. Lots to explore. Wherever you find those tight places, give yourself some time. Allow the body to unwind. Sometimes it's better not to think about it and feel instead. So let the feeling guide your practice. There's something that I'm feeling that I didn't know. And then you get curious. See, oh, what does the body need right here? Does it need to release? Does it need to strengthen? The body has all the information. All right, so you can stay on a roll here. Remember, after rolling, get up, shake out, move a little bit more so that you can ease out of any excess tension that might arise from that intense practice. And hope you have a wonderful weekend and enjoy the fabulous sunny weather. It's beautiful fall weather here in Davis, California. Soon to be transmitting from other places of the world. So happy Thanksgiving. I won't be teaching through Thanksgiving, but after Thanksgiving, I'll be in a different place and it'll be a surprise. So stay tuned. See you soon. Keep moving. Eat lots of turkey. Enjoy. Be happy. And keep moving for sure. Bye-bye.